Hello and welcome back to my canal. Today is the 19th of September, so it's International Talk Like a Pirate Day. We're gonna go to Greenwich to the pirate exhibition and we're gonna catch a boat from Battersea Power Station. Join me in this great adventure. Arr. There's a different views from what you normally see from the street. You can catch a glimpse from the bridge, Westminster Bridge, but it's not the same perspective. With the London Aquarium and the London Dungeon on one side and the whale, while on the other side we can see the Savoy at the back over there. And where I'm back right now, you can see Cleopatra's Needle, one of the original obelisks from Egypt.
Dus deine Bilder ist jetzt auch, falls du deine Frau schon einschicken willst.
This is the oldest thing you can find in London. Original obelisks from probably 4,000 years ago. And there's a view of St. Paul Cathedral on the back. There's another unusual view from the river, where you can see the Shard right behind the tallest building possibly in Europe. It used to be the tallest in Europe. I don't know if it's been overtaken. And now right in front of us, the Globe Theatre, Shakespeare's Theatre. Some bullet hole. You can see a walkie-talkie on the other side. Skyscraper famous for reflecting the sunlight and burning items randomly on the street.
Passengers for London Bridge, exit at the back of the boat.
It is in all its glory. HMS Blackbeard, you can visit it. It's part of the Greenwich Museum at the back, of course, Tower Bridge. And the Tower of London on the other side, which is gonna be right behind the pillar, of course. It's difficult to focus all the reflections.
Yourself the safety guards.
And this must be the most iconic view on the river.
The safety instruction
I've seen right on the
outside deck.
Tower Bridge.
Ist cool, oder?
There's the entry to St. Catherine's Dock. And now we've been authorized to maintain a higher speed. It's still at 12 knots maximum speed on the river anyway. But here the weather is more choppy and we can go a little bit faster. See the pub, the white pub at the back there is called Captain Kidd. And I don't know if you can notice it, but there should be a noose hanging outside. There's a place of where Captain Kidd the pirate was hung by the neck. when he was arrested and taken back from the Caribbean. This was his hanging location, just as a moniker for all the seamen coming into London not to misbehave in the capital of the empire. We are at Canary Wharf, and there's the same boat as the one we have at the moment.
Canary Wharf?
Passenger
It's quite fast going down the river. It gives you different perspectives. Not too expensive. I'm paying about £10 for a one-way ticket, £20 return. Pulled in advance, but it would have been only £3-4 more expensive to buy on the day. People coming off Canary Wharf are welcomed by a ticket inspector, so there's no piracy allowed. She's spread it back over there, checking people's phones and tickets. But yeah. There she is. Look at the smile, she's gonna check your ticket. And here we are getting to the destination finally. You can see the Catterside, which was the fastest steamboat ever built, if I remember well. It was destroyed in a fire a few years ago, but now they've restored it, it's ready to go. So we're ready to disembark and go to the Greenwich Museum for this exhibition. Well, we just go in, and even the staff is dressed like a pirate. There's the inside to the shop. Everyone dressed up as well. Let's see. There's the shop again. And now we're gonna go. We're gonna go and have a look. Apparently I'm supposed to turn left here. I was told I was the first pirate of the day. So let's go and plunder. Yeah, there's more and more people dressed up. I don't feel so strange anymore. You can make your own pirate hat over there. So I made a paper, I got my own. I forgot my eye patch. I used to have an eye patch as well. I forgot to put it on. Wow, isn't that amazing? Impeccable. Impeccable. Oh, we start straight away with the portraits of William Teach, also called Blackbeard. An exhibition downstairs. And the first thing you see when you come in is a model of the Flying Dutchman based on the movie, of course, made of wood, cotton, and other material from 2010. It's a proper artwork. Just at the start, a painting of Davy Jones' Locker, right from the 1890. Very suggestive. Looks like a fish tank, you can see like a three-dimensional. Well, we start straight away with a treasure island. And there's some ancient copies of treasure islands. So, different illustration, first edition, 1886, 85. 1886 first edition, and then more modern ones. Talk like a pirate. If you get maroon, if you get black spot, Jolly Roger, we all know that. We all aspire pirates anyway. There's a diorama of treasure islands. And there's actually the island with the treasure, with the story told, and some projections on it that shows we need the location of the treasure. Where's the treasure? We need to find it. Ah, it's a treasure chest in here. I don't know if we can open it or not. Let's have a look. No, it's locked. It's locked, but... Oh. Thank clothes. This is my brother. We dress pretty much the same. I'm sure his original, mine is sort of AliExpress original, I guess. Yeah, it's actually the reproduction of Captain Hook costume for the original performance of 1904 Peter Pan. While this one is the original costume of Will Turner from The Curse of the Black Pearl, the first Pirates of the Caribbean Disney movie, where we all met Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, some classic movies there. The 1950s Treasure Island and the Muppet Treasure Island. Absolutely masterpieces. A nice selection of posters from the movies. Some of them I don't even know. Crimson Parrots, I knew it. Ah, do you know Abbott and Costello, the mad one? We're gonna look it up. There's a selection of parrot movies. Castle Hotel, Muppets. Everything. And Vivienne Westwood released a parrot-themed outfit, apparently. Pirate computer games. Oh, we know that. I can see already Monkey Island, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, which is still the best pirate simulation ever. Who tells you about Skulls and Bones? Or what's the other one? It's never as good. And there's a selection of the pirate video games, starting from cassette tapes, floppy disks, all the way to the most modern DVDs. Tattoos. Captain Pugwash with Masturbate and the other ones, Pirate Marabus. All there were so many jokes in this classic TV cartoon. So many legends about the seamen. And just after that, there's some what is it? That's Playmobil set. Oh, 2011. I remember there was one when I was a kid, when I was about 10, so probably 20 years before that. It was amazing, and no one ever bought it for me. I did ask, coming off the boat, if I had to walk the plank, and yeah, but there was a moor on the other side. There was a pier. No, this one jumping straight in the sharks' mouths. William Kidd, that's the pirate that we saw hanging off the Wapping pub earlier. Okay, we didn't see the pirate, but there was the location. And that's the original book. Some people say it's being written by the same guy that wrote Robinson Crusoe, but no one knows. And there's a history of all the pirates, as we know now. They've all been taken from this account. It's a sort of encyclopedia for pirates, and you can still find it nowadays in the shops. But this is a privateering commission, basically a permission given by the governor to go and plunder the enemy ships. And this specific one was given to Captain Kidd, William Kidd, that we spoke about earlier. But then he took advantage of it and started plundering ships of the local Indian merchants. And that's why it was, at the end, it was captured, trialed, and hanged in London. Nice collection of pirate flags. I can't remember exactly the thing. Possibly the Blackbeard there. I do recognize Calico Jack over there, Jack Rackham. And we're gonna see all the other flags. Daniel Defoe, that's the one I was talking about. The writer, Robinson Crusoe, that possibly was the writer of the history of pirates. Pirates with parrots. It's a bit dark in here, but I'm sure you can see nice details of what's up front.
Those who refused would face the wrath of the pirates. In their free time,
Pipes, compasses, games.
sometimes with music.
I don't know if gambling was allowed on board or not, because there would have been a lot of stabbing.
Card games, although gambling was forbidden.
Oh, she just said, you see, gambling was forbidden, so play for Hannah. And if you're looking for the shape of the average parachute, it was a sloop. Sloop because it was not too big. You could use it with not too many men, and it was quite agile to run around mercantile ships and escape from warships. Carry with even more pirate flags over here. Each pirate had his own flag, and then even the sight of a flag. Normally they were pulling out last minute. They was getting close to the ships, and then last minute with a black flag, they were announcing their intentions. And most of the times, the victims were just giving up the fight and giving away all the spices and other trading commodities. Things. It's not often it was gold and diamonds and jewels. Most times it was like spices, textiles, things that could have been sold at the next port. A selection of weapons used on board. Of course, instead of using the long swords, it was better to use like a short cutlasses, because they was avoiding cutting all the rigging and getting mixed. Also some big blunderbusses and muskets. Same again, the shorter it was, the more damaging a short distance or wide radius. And there's a gibbet. And what they were doing, instead of putting them alive in there, they were hung first and then covered in tar and then exposed at the entry of the harbor, maybe even for years, as a moniker again against piracy. There's gonna be a talk for a Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is today, and at 1 o'clock. It's a bit early now, it's just after 11. So we're gonna come back here later on and speak some piracy. In the meantime, if you wanna know the difference between a freebooter, as they were calling pirates in Netherlands, filibuster in Spain, and corsair is a French word, especially from pirates from the North Africa. Another nice selection of scimitars and cutlasses, even with a musket that had to be used before boarding the ship, I guess. Boarding a ship was quite dangerous anyway, because the ships weren't touching really, and it was quite adventurous to go from one side to the other swinging like Tarzan while the enemy was shooting at you. 132 scale of 74 gun, third rate, just next to a 24-pounder mortar. This is a real scale. But yeah, the cannons that were on board of this ship would have been much bigger. Just to give you an idea, that's one of the cannons next to it. with a beautiful representation of a naval battle at the back. So the gun here is a 24-pounder, and it could do, doesn't say the distance, but the painting on the back is a bombardment of Algiers from 27th of August 1816. Going back to the 1/32 scale, you can see the detail has been put on the rigging. It's literally, the crow's nest is full of riggings, and you can just imagine how busy and frantic this would have become, even during normal navigation, let alone during a battle. But here all the battle ports are open, all the cannon ports are open, and you could have had a salvo. Of course, not all together, like in a sequence, to stagger the shots, not destroying the ship itself. But definitely you didn't want to be on the side of the ship when it was firing. To commemorate the bombardment of Algiers, someone built this table centerpiece, which is quite amazing. This tribute of admiration and esteem at the memorable victory gained at Algiers. And there's even a fabric at the back to commemorate the event. Going on the other side of the war, these were the weapons normally used from the pirates in the Indian Ocean. Just different styles of blades, but anything with a point would have achieved the result. This one is a lantakan, Malaysian, from the early 19th century, so quite more modern. So for Malaysian pirates, like a sandakan from the Salgari Tigers of Mumprasem books. So these were fires and a shot of 0.8 inch diameter, 2 centimeters. There was a Chinese female pirate, Zhang Xiao, from 1775. She struck a bargain and retired running a gambling house in Macau. So now we know where the Macau casino started from. And a painting of the Hamburg canton without a description of the pirate queen we saw earlier. Apparently in her life, she had secret trades, floating brothels, and strategic marriages. I'm sure she had a great life. Still remaining in the South China Sea, this fabric decoration was taken from the junk ships from the pirates of the area in 1849, so much more recent. I mean, there's been pirates all the eras, but there was when the trade was quite strong in Southeast Asia, when the pirates started. And there's a picture there's a painting of a junk at sea. With a model of it. Quite small, nimble. If you go Hong Kong or Vietnam, you still have a chance to go on a journey with one of these junk boats. And then we go at the end of the exhibition, and how to say, it's quite small. I was expecting something much more detailed, but these now they address piracy in modern days. So all the hotspots where there's piracy these days of course, around Africa and around Malaysia, still in the Caribbean, something. But yes, piracy never dies. I now finish this. We'll come back for the talk later on. Let's have a look at the rest of the museum. Quick look through the museum shop. Let's have a look. There was something interesting. Buried treasure, pirates. Yeah, it's gonna spend loads of money there. We know that. We know that already. Well, now we're talking business. This is the HMS King George V. I see some details. Scale assist 14 inch to 1 foot. I don't know what that means. But yeah, this is big. This is probably 180 or even bigger than that. It's quite beautiful. I had to be there only from this side because there's reflections on the other side. Yeah, we found it. It's K148, which makes more sense. There's a lot of detail. Not too sure about the wood that's being used for the deck. It's a bit dark, but hey, who am I? These people know better, of course. And we have to remember all these big models for museums. They're not made from kids. They're made hand by hand. So it may look less defined. The kids available to the effort and the care puts in it. A second to no one. And this is the Gurkha, a torpedo boat destroyer, sailing at 34 knots. They don't really specify the date. But yes, I'm again breaking all the metal bits. Everything positioned with the utmost care and precision. A container ship, yeah, they're massive, yeah, they're big, but I find them quite blunt, especially after. Well, the most interesting thing is the shadow of my beautiful hut on the model. The rest is quite plain. The sea is history. Oh, we got here science, ceremony. A smaller collection of instruments to find. Don't forget, we are literally 200 meters away from the Greenwich Observatory, probably less than 100 meters away from the Greenwich Median Line. That sort of dictates the time all over the world. On top of the observatory, there's even one of them balls they're gonna drop on the hour just to signal the ships when it was time to reset their clocks. That's a model of the Silver Fur, scale 196 from 1924. Fur and bronze, not the bronze, I can tell. But yeah, it may be a smaller scale, but the amount of detail, it's just all the detail, all the winches for the cranes here, all the pipes. It's quite amazing. I know I say quite amazing quite often, but these things are quite amazing quite often. So even Harry Potter has done his job. So if I say quite amazing, don't be amazed, don't be surprised. You're into memory. Let's have a look at what we got in this one here. Memory. That's a bone model from the Centurion. And some mugs and trinkets and centerpieces and stuff boxes. Weapons, conflict to the modern times. I mean, why do you put a Kalashnikov in the middle of between that and that? As comparison, I guess. Different types of small handguns. They feel like machines for making blocks. Oh, that's interesting. How to make the blocks to run your cables in it, and all the woodworking and chiseling machines. And this is another 148, just a comrade from 1957. There's a steamboat down here. Steamboat Victoria Albert from 1943, scale 196. And on top of it is the Royal Yacht Mary from 1660, scale 140. And then some less amazing boats. Another view from the back of the Implacable. Let's have a look around this amazing boat down here. Someone is doing it too. Maybe we can manage to catch it on the other side. But look at all the golden details. It's a royal barge from 1732. I don't know if it gets used nowadays. And that's a lot of figureheads from different ships through the ages. And a comparison, let's see how big they are. Normal exhibition here. I see things. Let's go and see a lot of things. And we see two parrots here as well. Hello. Just quick see through all the sea things. If you want to see things, see things, there you go. Oh, I like that actually. I like this bronze busts. Nice. We'll do a quick panoramic tour, and then I'll come back to have a look at the details. Oh. Cartridge machine gun. Wow. I got some models here. There's even a submarine deep in the sea. Yeah. See, nice selection of ships. Of course, if you haven't seen my video from Hamburg, the Maritime Museum Hamburg, don't forget to check it, because there's about 50,000 model ships on that one there. Yeah, all items from on board the ships. Different types of bells, big kettle if you really want a big cup of tea, snuff boxes, and chain links, cannon, and projectiles. And if you go whaling, there's another cannon to shoot harpoons for the whales, or next to other sextants and other instruments for navigation. And of course, different room you go, different model you find. This is a frigate, probably Lowestoft, let's say, from 1761, with a sword, and another one without the masts on the back. And this is the Royal George, 1756. It's nice detail they put on the cabins at the back. And the figurehead is just unreal. Oh. This room is dedicated to the East India Company, and sorry about the light, the good neon lights, there's a little bit of flickering in the video. But that's the story at the end of the East India Company, after they've been doing trade with all the Far East. They sort of gave away their power to the local authorities. It's just a reinvention of themselves. Trade became more mutual instead of being just pillaging and slavery and using the local resources. Still some amazing items here. Even my outfit works against me. It reflects, the white reflects on the glass. Well, if you like tea or tea, you're in the right place. But if you prepare opium, you just need to turn on your right. And you find the opium pipes as well. Opium, the dark side of tea. East India Company pyjama party, late 1860s probably. So yeah, a cup of tea first, and then you smoke some opium, and then you have the pyjama party. What we got here? This looks quite astonishing. Probably we need to go to the 133 scale. Is a Dutch East Indiaman around 1617. And there's another one down here. Passengers and crews. List of people on board. Diary of their behavior. This is a East Indiaman Somerset, 1738. 148 scale again. And there's the life on board, especially after a couple of drinks. This is the famous boat he met boat face. There was a new Polo Explorer ship, and they ran a competition to name it. And of course, the most requested name was a Boaty McBoatface, but at the end they decided to name it after the local treasure, Sir David Attenborough. They gave us so many documentaries about all the different places and wildlife on our planet. Even the play area is based on ship life, I guess. It's good to see I'm not the only pirate around today. There's these baby pirates coming up, growing up pirates. And now in the Tudor section, we're gonna have some amazing, if you can avoid the lights at the back, there's some amazing ships here. 40-gun ship, 50-gun warship. These proper masterpieces. You can see the inside of the hull as well. It hasn't been covered. That's reflection from the entry. Let's get a view on the other side. I was having a conversation earlier with some of the curators, and they say they actually have a private collection of ships, wooden ships, that are not open to the public, but you can research and have like a private tour of. So let me know in the comments if you're interested, and maybe we can arrange a visit one of these days. It's cool to see the projections of the workers superimposed on the screen. It's just a simple mirror, but it gives the perfect illusion of see them working around. It's brilliant. These are bigger sextants. I'm not an expert, but I would imagine the bigger they are, the more precise they will be in reading your location. This section is quite cool. It's about polar exploration. And when we say polar exploration, it's mostly South Pole anyway, because we all know there's nothing much going on at the North Pole, only polar bears, while at the South Pole you can find penguins. There's clothes, different sorts of gloves you can wear, how not to get lost in the pool.
That just up display over there. Now, cribbage is a very, very popular game in pubs, working men's clubs across Britain still today. Just don't ask me the rules. My dad has tried to teach me, I still don't quite understand.
Overlooking the main deck, and of course different forms of communication here between torches, flashlights, and buoys and binoculars. So it's a bridge simulator, and I'm sure every kid loves to use it. It's quite basic. You just got your throttle control and your steering, and from the height of it you can tell it's more aimed to kids than no one else. So I'm not a fan, but this one is. And if you're a fan, don't forget to press the like and subscribe button. Wow, you got a children's gallery here. What's it gonna be? Toys for boys. And mums as well. Well, so a quick look. Lots of interactive area. There's a cannon. He's shooting the cannon over there. Wow. Yes, sir. I just been told off because I was filming the family. But I explained to the guy that even if he's doing his job, he should know that I'm filming the back of the families. So everything is good. Okay, I understand that this section of the museum is free entry for everyone, but they could have invested on a couple of spotlights to have a look at these models. It's just a shame. It looks like they could be very interesting, but it's not even a button or something to let them on. No, it's just all in the dark. That's a shame. Maybe still interested to see against the background. You can sort of make up the profile of the ships. Not much. We'll put it lower. But yeah, such a shame. Could have been very, very interesting. Well, someone has to pay the bills. Definitely won't be me. I'm a pirate, at least for today. And now we have a room all dedicated to Nelson. Like that. I'm sure we're gonna find a victory somewhere. Well, Nelson, and then we got Napoleon over there, which was basically their big enemy. Well, see what we can find. Going around, paintings and paintings. Hermod, that's from when they brought back Nelson corpse, pickled. Of course, he had a hero welcome. And that's his uniform. Yeah, Vice Admiral by the time he was dead. That's his original uniform. There's a few paintings commemorating the Battle of Trafalgar, but the best one is this one. It is a TV screen inside the frame. Looks better than the real paintings. Ta-da! I told you we would have found a victory. This is... doesn't say the scale, but I'm sure it's a 148 probably. It doesn't really say. Let's go and have a look around. Try to catch as many details as possible, fighting the reflections.
Welcome to Royal Museum's Greenwich. To celebrate Black Pirate Day, there will be a show of barbary corsairs, Spain, and story gangs.
Did you hear the announcement? We are ready for the talk. 1 o'clock. And we go about... let's have a look at the clock. About 5 minutes left. So we're gonna finish the round of the victory and then go... I have to say, victory should have had more stripes or black and white. I mean black and yellow, orangey, wooden. So it's never accurate 100%. If you want to see the real thing, just go down to Portsmouth and see the real thing. It's still a good model, but it's not perfect. Mine is not perfect. Theirs is not perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's bloody good. I'll tell you, it's bloody good. One final look at the last couple of motherships here, and then we can go down to listen to the talk. How's the skeleton of the bellona? And this is still the bellona with a full hull. So basically the skeleton has been covered with a bit of planking. And there would have been the phases of a real building, the real ship. And we all gathered here for the talk. Let's see what happens.
Began his career working as a privateer for the Dutch government. So the impact of it, I guess, it's awful that these people were doing it. It wasn't that many people. So for them to then go to Algiers and try and track them down, I imagine that it would have been very difficult. Just because it's really not that.
Well, we just came back in the pirate exhibition. We listened to a talk about barbary piracy made by Lucy. She was very interesting. It lasted about 10 minutes, but I visited the rest of the museum. I think we can head back. Thank you for watching. Check my other videos and press the subscribe button, please. Bye.